IVM.
You are the most valuable investment you will ever make. Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your leadership coach, life coach, and emotional intelligence coach. You probably know me from the Empowering series, and this is my new show, The Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. I'm going to coach you to be the best version of yourselves. So get ready to create, attain, and manifest the life you've always desired and make it your reality. Did you know, between August of 2021 and September of 2021, almost 4.4 million Americans quit their jobs? In Germany, there are over 400,000 job vacancies. 56% people are planning to look for a new job in the next year. 53% want to make a career switch and retrain into a new profession if that's possible. The attrition rate in India in the technology sector alone has seen a rise of 23%. 20 million workers globally haven't returned to work since the coronavirus struck. I mean, what is going on? Don't people need their jobs? Especially post-COVID, during the pandemic, post the pandemic, don't people need their jobs? Why are so many people quitting their jobs? Shouldn't they be more desperate to sort of hold on to what they've got? Aren't they afraid that they won't remain employed or they won't have their safety net if they don't stick to their current jobs? Well, on the contrary, and not exactly. This is a phenomena that has taken the USA by storm, and as we speak, it is already stretching out to other continents. We are currently undergoing what is known as the Great Resignation, one of the most monumental periods in the global employment ecosystem. The Great Resignation is a term coined by Anthony Klotz, and he is a psychologist and professor at Texas A&M. So why is the Great Resignation really taking place? You see, a lot of people had the chance to undergo deep thinking, self-reflect, and introspect. They tried to understand and internalize their quality of life during the pandemic. And it has caused them to reconsider and re-evaluate their life, their lifestyles, their career choices, their jobs, their work-life balance. Many have questioned the productivity and efficiency of their work hours, their growth, their benefit. And the end result is for all to see, the Great Resignation. Prior to the pandemic, most people earned to survive. They made choices that pushed priorities like family, health, lifestyle, their social life, their fitness, their me time. They put all of this at the end of the list, and the only thing that constantly remained on top of their life's list was work, work, and work. So a business meeting took precedence over your kid's school event. You didn't have time to grieve the loss of someone because you had deadlines to meet at work. You had a meeting, you had a presentation, so you didn't have the time to even deal with loss. You were always pressed for time because you planned your entire week on the basis of work. You planned your weekend on the basis of the work week you had. Moreover, you were going through such a burnout that when you had time, you didn't have the energy to use it. People don't want to live on autopilot anymore. They want to take charge and live well. Hence, when asked why they took another job, made a shift, the answer was very, very clear. Remote or work from home, better pay, shorter working hours, flexibility, personal preferences. They got answers like these when they internalized and reflected on what they were doing with their lives. All through the pandemic, they realized how much work occupied them. And so they decided, hey, you know what? Let's just quit. Hence, the Great Resignation. In fact, the Great Resignation has, on the contrary, outpoured the startup culture further. That's right. There has been a boom in the number of startups that have registered between 2020 and 2021. And there has been a surge of job openings in the same time of over 10 million jobs simply in August of 2021 because people are leaving their jobs, people have started creating their own businesses, they're following their passion, they're working from home, they're comfortable in their space, they changed their professions. And while people have been doing all these things, there has been a surge in the number of jobs. Imagine 10 million job vacancies in August 2021. That is crazy, right? I mean, if we knew this is the scenario, we would have grabbed this opportunity. But this is the scenario and nobody is grabbing the opportunity. It's questions that you need to ask. And if you haven't, you need to figure out what's going on. Why is this happening? There are certain questions that you may have in your mind, but haven't answered. Rather, haven't asked. Like, do you enjoy your job? Are you happy to go back to work again? Do you prefer remote working and spending more time with your family? Did your organization care for you through the pandemic? That's a very crucial question. And when the answer to that has been less than 50%, you have seen a rise in vacancies. You have seen that a lot of people have quit their jobs. Has your organization cared for you during and through the pandemic? So guys, I think that's a lot of information for you to absorb. And I've given you a good understanding of what the Great Resignation really is and where it's heading, right? Now, this is all an overview with a large part of it from the employee's perspective as to where these employees are coming from. But I want to also talk about what really goes on and what is it that employers, organizations, founders, startups need to do at this point in time to sustain and retain their employees, to make sure that they can cope and they can float through this entire phase of the Great Resignation. So please join me next week while I'm going to take this into a perspective where we talk about this from the employer's perspective and a couple of parting words from me for both employees, employers, and basically things that need to be done while we're facing the Great Resignation. See you next week. Thank you for tuning in to The Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. If you find the show useful, then please share it with your friends, family, and co-workers. You never know. You may just help someone become the best version of themselves. And if you want to align your life with some signature masterclasses, certification courses, and live sessions with me, go check out and download my app, Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. Available on Play Store or Apple Store. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to share with me, get in touch with me on my social media handles. I am at Zarina Poonawalla on Instagram and LinkedIn and at Zarina Speaks on Twitter. See you in the next episode.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by Ganesh Ramani. He's the Managing Director at Mars Pet Care India. They discuss pet ownership and pet homelessness and an AI-driven pet lost and found app. We welcome another new show to our network, Ikka Dukka Economy with Abhinav Trivedi. In the first episode of this Hindi language show, Abhinav speaks to Dr. Bharat Jhunjhunwala about fiscal deficit and its effects on our daily lives. Tune in to new episodes every Tuesday. On All Things Policy, the folks from Takshashila Institute discuss the lack of support for India's police personnel. On Tere Mere Raste, Keshav introduces us to Chandrabhaga Beach. On The Wire Talks, Anushka Jain, lawyer and policy researcher, talks to Siddharth. They discuss the dangers of facial recognition and why her organization started the campaign Ban the Scam. And on Marathi Kirkitun, Dr. Rajiv and Manik Deshmukh explore the evergreen poetry of the late poet Mangesh Padgaonkar. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Also, do remember, go check out our website, ivmpodcast.com/YouTube, to get a list of all of our YouTube channels. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Cred, Bank of Baroda, HDFC Mutual Fund, CoinSwitch, Kuber, Intel, and Oxfam India. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Do you like true crime stories?
Do you like to learn about the people behind some horrible, awful crimes?
More specifically, women that may have committed these crimes.
Actually, Indian criminals that are women?
Then we'd like to welcome you to our podcast, Misconduct. My name is Raghavi.
And I am Nisha.
We cover themes like murder, dacoity, drug trafficking, financial fraud, kidnapping, and many more.
You can catch us every Wednesday on the IVM Podcast Network or wherever you get your podcast.